last 7, or as it's being called today, the last 365. A not so philosophical wax regarding the last year or so. I'm going to go through some of the highlights. It's not going to make up a question of tone. They're going to be sort of universal. The best questions of tone we think are when you have to think of like a method of doing something. So we're going to try and keep it as formulaic. And if people are sending stuff in, get Antonio to do a task. We might rename it even. Like the 12 Labours of Antonio or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good name.
If you are going to email us in, please do, thelast7podcast@gmail.com, or alternatively, you can follow us on Twitter @thelast7. Good year, Tone?
Yeah.
Or Michelin?
You didn't really introduce us there. Mate.
Oh, yeah, shit, sorry. I'm your host, as always, Dan Rowley. With me today, Antonio Romola.
Hello.
And Kenneth Trainer.
Hello.
No Justin.
Because he's...
Well, we don't know where he is, but he says he's in Shropshire, which can mean any number of things.
He could be anywhere by now.
Yeah,
that's right.
No, we wish him well. We haven't seen him over Christmas or anything, so yeah, it'd be nice. He might be back next week.
Come back soon, Jay.
Let's hope he's back next week, unless he's going to fucking Latvia or something.
He should be, yeah. Going to Latvia, I mean. He should be
Good year, Tone?
Yeah, really good, yeah. Interesting year.
Interesting year. What was it? What made it interesting for you?
Well, a lot of changes really in my life.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. I've had a lot of work done on the house. The house has changed loads since the beginning of the year. Justin's moved out.
Oh.
So that's a pretty big change.
Oh.
Yeah,
get rid of him. Justin were living together for, well, I think it was 2 years.
Oh, change is good though.
Yeah.
Some events from the year, boys. See what you remember.
Okay.
Floods in January, of course.
Oh yeah.
When you see a guy who's really, really proud to own a canoe.
Well, we got told that where my house is, because it's so close to the river, that we had to evacuate that night.
Did you get a phone call?
No, I can't remember how we heard it. The neighbours told us. Neighbours told us that they'd been told that apparently...
A soothsayer came round.
Had been advised to, like, you know, move house and that. And I just think...
move house?
No, for the night, to, like, move away from the house. But I just thought, like, oh, it's just so much hype. We knew at the time it was bollocks.
Go upstairs.
And it was bollocks.
Because your house is still going to get flooded. When I was living with Nick, so a good few years ago now, there was like some heavy rain, and there was an automated phone call that came through and said, you are at risk of flooding. That was on the news obviously as well, places had flooded. Take all of your valuables upstairs and evacuate. And Nick was like, what the? He's like, Dan, I was playing the PlayStation. I was like, what? He goes, no, we've got to leave. I was like, what the fuck are you on about? And he was like, there's like a recorded message. And I went, oh, it's probably just some kids fucking about. Like, not thinking that he'd actually had an automated message. And then when it sunk in what I'd said, I thought that was a bit of a stupid thing I've uttered there. It was some kids having a really specific laugh about the fact, oh guys, you know, with all the big rain, you know, it'd be hilarious if we ring people and pretend that they're going to get flooded. But we didn't go. And my point was, as well, I was like, it's not going to be a fucking disaster movie. It's not just going to rush over. I was like, we can see the river, so when it starts coming,
we'll leave. Slowly.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like once it bursts its banks, then there's like a bit of speed to it. But you'll see it happening.
Yeah, apparently it didn't even burst the banks. Like,
no, of course
it just kind of stayed where it was supposed to stay.
You can't cope with weather before. Remember, every time it snows, it's annoying because I have to go to work because I've always lived within walking distance, and I bloody love the snow. So a day off in the snow is like my favourite thing. So it's going to work, and also the fact that nothing opens and just people panic buy for no reason. Somebody had gone out to go to the bank. Like last time we had a huge snow, and somebody had been to the bank to put up a notice saying due to adverse weather conditions the bank is closed. I was like, well, somebody got there, so it can't be beyond the wits of everybody else to get to the fucking bank, sort my money out. So that was January. Some flooding.
Fucking hell, what an inconvenient. It wasn't Santander, was it, that you were down at?
Santander.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, proper bank. Scottish referendum this year. Seems like it was.
Oh God,
only yesterday.
We've jumped ahead. Haven't we?
No, we're not going sequentially. This was the order in which the stories appeared on the Big Fat Quiz of the year 2014. So yeah, Scottish no. Ken's not a foreigner. Happy about that.
Are we?
Ken has completed a puzzle pyramid that his mum got him for Christmas. It's really irregular shapes. I'll destroy it and make him do it again so we can chuck up some photos. But just so you know why he's being quiet.
Yeah, no, I said now because as you say, I've done it, so I can come back and rejoin the conversation.
Excellent. It's fucking impossible. I watched him do it for the first time, and it was a glorious thing. But you seem to have got it nailed now. You're doing that for only a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'm getting all right at it. I haven't memorised how to do it.
You've got another puzzle as well.
Well, not really. I got an ornament. Yeah, I got 2 wooden puzzles, Tom, from my mum. I got a few cool things, little bits in my Christmas box this year. But there's 2 wooden puzzles. Now you can see this is just like nice finished wooden shapes. The other one, it's like they all kind of lock together, and I can't get it apart. Like the puzzle is that it comes apart and then you put it back together.
But you can't even get it apart.
No, I can't.
No,
get
I
it
tried
apart.
as well, man. It's impossible. There's gonna be a secret fucking button or something.
That's supposed to be the puzzle. Like, oh, look how hard this is to get these, because they're all very the different lengths of wood.
Yeah, it's going to be like an irregular shape. Yeah,
they're all essentially.
Maybe that's part
same.
of the puzzle that you have to first take it apart.
You've got to smash the shit out of it
I don't think it can be done. We both tried and failed.
Yeah, like I tried each individual sticky outy thing in every direction.
Does it not come with like instructions?
Yeah, I've heard to put it together if you get stuck. It doesn't tell you how to get it apart in the first place.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's annoying.
stumped.
It's good though. I think there's a very...
Because this pyramid one came wrapped up in like, I don't know, like cling film or whatever. It was like vacuum wrapped, so it was, perfect. So as soon as you unwrapped it fell to bits and I had to start again. Which was brilliant.
Can't believe it's a 4+, can you?
I don't know if is it a kid's puzzle?
No! It's fucking ridiculous. A kid's puzzle's the one you get in a Kinder Egg. It's like 4 pieces.
There's no way. They'd definitely be able to take that apart.
Kid would fucking swallow that. You couldn't give that to a child. Small bits.
Not that small.
A kid would choke on it is the point. And if there's a 1% chance of that...
I think any of us would choke on a bit of this.
Don't eat it then.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. More dangerous than I thought.
Are you about to go into the Monopoly Junior? Is that why you
I need
it on top of the Monopoly?
No, I need a hard surface to build on.
Monty Python reunion this year, of course.
I don't know anything about it.
No?
No.
Recycled material? That must be off-putting. You see John Cleese walk on stage with a dead parrot in a birdcage, and I've seen the clips, and it's just a standing fucking ovation for like the whole thing, do you know what I mean? And people going, it has ceased to be, every pissing themselves at themselves and like everything. I just can't imagine it would be very fun. I think it's great, and obviously it's nice to retire on a bang and to have that live audience. It would be great, but still, they just walk on. Yeah, fucking
easy money, mate. It's probably the easiest 50 million quid that they've made.
2 Formula 1 things happened this year. Pretty good for the UK. Pretty bad for Bernie Ecclestone and the reputation of court. Lewis Hamilton wins the Formula 1 championship. Hurrah, go Lewis. And Bernie Ecclestone buys his freedom for 50 million pounds.
Schumacher came out of hospital as well, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Went to
hospital and left hospital after a skiing accident.
Do you know what
I thought the skiing accident was last year.
Was it really? Was it Christmas time last year?
It was at the end of last year.
I'll be damned.
I don't get like sports like that.
Skiing.
Like Formula 1 racing and skiing and all. Like, fair enough watching it on the TV, but what the hell is it like for the people that are actually there? At the arenas and all.
Yeah.
Because all they get to see is a slight second every time it goes past.
I've been to Silverstone to watch a race, and there's 2 things that people comment on: the noise and how you get all your good photos when they're at the grid or when they're doing a warm-up lap, because they do a couple of slowish laps, barely hitting 140, to warm the tyres up before they start, and they get into grid position, and then they go forever. But yeah, you sat there, and it goes. The noise, like I say, is incredible. You can see the fucking heat coming off of the engines and whatnot. And you go, and it's amazing to watch the things move at that speed, but you're not really watching it because they just go, and then that's that.
Well, what's it? Yeah, it's the same with any racing kind of sport, really, because with tracks, you only see it as it's going past you.
Well, they do this. It's not speedway. It's NASCAR in America, where it's one big oval. Yeah. And they do like sort of 250 laps or something like that. So people can get a pretty good view of that. It is.
No, but his point is the appreciate. Like, if you're a fan of it,
surely
it's difficult to appreciate. Yeah, that's his point, isn't it? And I think that's fair.
Especially for Formula 1.
And in the pit lanes and stuff, you get to hear.
There's something slightly odd about something. Because isn't it as well that like the stands are on the corners because that's where there's more likely to be a crash.
So, yeah, a lot of the time. But then they remove that because of that and because of crowd safety and things like that. So you have to be quite a way away from the track. So
you can't really see anything.
Yeah, you might get some steward's blood on you.
Do you end up watching it on a big screen?
Yeah, there's plenty of big screens around. Right. You can watch it.
So basically, you pay to go watch it on someone else's TV.
I hope that it's really cheap to go and watch any sport like that.
I doubt it.
Surely they can't charge.
The money in Formula 1 is ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid.
Oh my god.
No, it's enough that most of them bank abroad. Do you know what I mean? And it's stupid money, because the danger pay they have, the fact that, you know, the skill that's needed to do it, the fucking upkeep, the maintenance of the staff, it's ridiculous cash. But yeah, Bernie Ecclestone, what a wanker. What was the charge? It was praying bribes, wasn't it? And that was the irony behind it.
Yeah, that was the irony. Yeah, he was getting done for bribes and fraud and things. The other guy that received the money,
went to jail. That was right.
Yeah, that was it. It was because, what was it? It was something about a company.
It was
the company was selling,
company,
and they had a stake in Formula One, didn't they?
Right,
and in the TV rights and stuff, and was selling it.
And they kept him as boss.
He bribed the guy to sell it to a specific other company that he favoured, and that guy that accepted the bribe is in prison. And Bernie Ecclestone paid the German legal system 60 million euros. Yeah. And he's not in prison because of that. Yeah.
So that's how you get away with bribery and trying to launder money and trying to fix.
By being rich.
Yeah, by being rich and just paying the fucking money.
Yeah, I think it's insane.
Scumbag.
Another said, fuck him.
Fucking idiot, stupid hobbit-looking fucker, weird Andy Warhol wannabe.
I didn't say that. I don't want a letter from his lawyers or anything.
He's got a crack legal team. I'm sure he's listening at the minute. Like, I can't believe what they said. I'm a billionaire, for God's sake. Can't even work a fucking revolving door. That's a good bit of footage. I'll chuck a link up to, actually. Football World Cup this year, chaps.
Oh yeah.
Memorable for me because I won 50 goddamn pounds.
Oh nice.
After Germany trounced Brazil in the semis, and then who else was it in the final? Was it the Dutch?
In the final?
Was it the final?
Semi-final.
No, it was Brazil in the semi-final, wasn't it? Because they beat him like 7-1.
Who won it?
Yeah, Germany. I thought Holland played Argentina in the other semi.
Oh no, it was Argentina in the final then. Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, that's how much I was paying attention. Didn't care as long as Germany won. $50. Record equally number of goals scored at this year's World Cup as well, 171. One of the best World Cups ever.
These Silverstone tickets are ridiculous. General admission on the Friday, 67 quid. That's the cheapest.
Jesus Christ.
For the 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, general admission is 175 quid. But they go all out, mate. Club corner, 3-day reserve for an adult, 360 quid. I don't even know what some of this means. Beckett's, Luffield B, Village A. The track, it must, you can obviously buy on specific bits of the track.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it cost you a few £100, Tom, to go on your own. if you were going with someone.
Good job I'm not into it then.
Twice as much.
Damn straight.
Good job I'm into cheaper sports. I can really see why the people doing those sort of sports get a buzz out of it. Why they love it.
Yeah.
But watching it, I don't get it.
What's the most you ever took the van up to?
No, I
you ever get a buzz out of that?
Hey mate, come on, I managed to get the van to 65 in one time.
Wow.
That was good, but it was only on 65 for like a split second, then dropped straight back down to like 50.
So you couldn't even do 70 in that van, no?
No, you could. Have you noticed how they don't do like racing, like bike racing?
Who?
What? Who doesn't?
They don't really do it, do they? They do like scrambling and all. Races, don't they?
What do you mean, like superbike racing?
Yeah,
they do.
They don't have like proper like racing bikes, do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, man.
That's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah. Dude, the ones you see.
They must have loads of them.
Have you never seen?
I didn't know they did that.
Oh yeah, you never seen that? You never seen the TT thing on the? Was it Isle of?
Yeah, Isle of Wight.
Is it Isle of Wight? That thing?
What, actual racing bikes? Like
but those ones are on the road. They go all around the island.
Really
on proper tracks. You must have seen it. The famous look when people turn corners on a bike and they go down with their knee like scraping the ground. Because of the inertia, they're able to swing bikes.
Do you know what? I genuinely thought when I saw images of that, I thought it was like speed record, like breakers and stuff.
Whoa.
I really didn't know that was racing. I've never seen like more than one. I've seen clips of it, but I thought it was on genuinely just one biker per race, like track.
Yeah. Doing
just
like
like
time
trying
trials.
to do time trials. I really did. And like who could turn the corners more smoothly. I really didn't know they raced. I thought it'd be too dangerous.
Mate, you want to see? I'll show you some clips. I'll show some clips up actually for people when you have like horrendous road rash and things like that when they come off the bike because they slide for fucking ages. Their gear is built so that they're able. So there's a bit. So there's not much friction, so they don't just rip apart. When they fall off a bike at 150 miles an hour. But they go onto like big gravel traps and everything. You watch them sliding. Fuck man. A lot of times they get up and get back on the bike if it's okay. Yeah, that's right. It's insane.
God, I want to watch this.
Definitely.
Sounds awesome.
Do that. What else happened this year? Let's take a look at the history books. The conscious uncoupling, of course, of Chris Martin off of Coldplay and Gwyneth Paltrow.
That was something that irked me about. You mentioned the quiz of the year that
Yes.
we watched, and someone did that joke I made at the time.
That's right.
Didn't they? Because they said but they consciously uncoupled.
Yeah.
And I said it was unconscious coupling that you had to look out for, that you had to be wary of, which is a good joke, and I stand by it. And I think Sarah Millican, was it?
Yeah. She
made that
smashed your joke out of the park, mate.
And as soon as they mentioned it, I said someone's going to do my joke, and it was her.
Bitch.
Yeah.
She looked lovely though. She looked absolutely stunning.
No, I'm not even giving her that, mate.
She stole your glory, mate.
Exactly.
Your moment of glory.
I didn't know. Well, Glastonbury, of course, was huge. That's another thing, actually, about the Formula 1 on TV. Watching Glastonbury at home.
I'll tell you another thing.
Yeah, watching Glastonbury at home was awesome. Somebody wrote into the Viz magazine, or rather, it was just printed in the Viz magazine, that recreate the festival atmosphere whilst watching Glastonbury at home, if you like, by having a shit in the corner and opening all the doors and windows so that you're freezing cold.
Yeah, I think you said that before. That one of those. I told you I listened back to bits and
Oh,
pieces
right,
of some
cool.
of these, and one of them was about watching Queens of the Stone Age at Reading.
Oh yeah, that
From
was
the-
fucking brilliant. My best thing of the week, that was.
Yeah, it was when Justin was just back from that other festival, wasn't it?
Oh, the Christ Fest.
The-
Yeah. Well, what was it called?
I don't know.
Something.
The Festival of Worship.
Glastonbury. That's what I mentioned before. Dolly Parton at Glastonbury. Pretty awesome. I didn't know until it was on the Big Fat Quiz of the Year that she played like a diamond encrusted saxophone. Played the Benny Hill theme tune.
Why diamond encrusted?
Dolly Parton. Glamorous as hell.
I don't know about glam, mate. That was a bit tacky.
Yeah, well, she famously once said that it takes a lot of money to look this cheap. She's great. And she's
Yeah,
dead smart too. What else happened? Commonwealth Games opening ceremony, one of the fucking TV highlights of the year.
That was awesome.
John Barrowman and loads of other Scottish
It
weirds
was not
dressed
awesome.
as tonic
It was
teeth
ridiculous.
decades.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. It's just like, oh yeah. No, you showed me down, didn't you? Because I wasn't watching it. I didn't give a shit. But then he said, "You will not believe what you're seeing. You've got to come and at least look at this." And I'm glad I did. Then I was interested because I just couldn't fathom. It was John. Did you see it? Yeah. John Barrowman in like a fucking tartan suit.
Tartan tuxedo, yeah. And he
like
was
on the top of a bus that was driving around, and he was like flown across people, and then there was people dressed as
Welcome to Glasgow.
yeah, Karen Dunbar there, yeah, he was belting it out.
He was absolutely fucking
He was loving it, wasn't he? He was in his element.
Of course he was. But there were tonics, tea cakes,
And
dancing around.
I don't begrudge him that, but it was just like every single Beano and Dandy characters and Heather and we need to what else is
Shortbread,
Scottish?
people dressed as shortbread.
What else is
like that. It was
Scottish?
insane.
It was tacky as fuck.
It was like it was done by a child. It was like a really well-meaning, like young person's attempt at everything, just to think of everything Scottish that they could, and then put it all in one place.
It was a bit tacky, wasn't it? But it's a bit of fun as well, I guess, wasn't it?
Get Rod Stewart on there.
They loved
Get
it.
Rod.
They did have him, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
It's not one of them.
This for real, I'll tell you another thing. Yeah, because loads of people then asked me if I watched it. Honestly, I was going around because I was working and going around different places. Loads of you see that thing last night? What do you think? What do you think of the representation of your culture?
Exactly what you thought. Is that a shortbread with legs having a little dance like the John Barrowman? It is. Yeah. This is the worst thing that could have happened to Scotland.
Like, fucking hell, is that John Barrowman? That was the shock at the start, and then I realised from the moment he heard about it, you couldn't have kept him away from it.
Yeah, it's going to be like an all-out colourful celebration. I'm in. I am in. I'll sing the theme. Well, we'll see where we go, John.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he switched his Scottish on. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does. But he is Scottish, isn't he? Just
he
raised
is,
in America.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's like, have you ever heard him speak with his Glaswegian accent? Because he raised in Glasgow till a certain age, and then
don't think
they moved to America.
Really think of
No,
what
because
it sounds like.
he made a documentary, a really good documentary. In fact, it was brilliant about homosexuality and was it genetic or?
Oh yeah, he's gay, Tony. Don't worry, man.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Shut up.
In amongst it, he went to see his parents to talk to them about him growing up, and he suddenly talks with a Scottish accent.
No way.
It's amazing.
No, it's good because it's not put on. It's a different voice that he has.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
just
mean?
proper. It's just like someone flicks a switch.
ISIS, big problem, of course, this year. I'm talking about the ISIS in Downton Abbey, though.
dog.
Yeah, the
Well,
dog.
they took care of that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They killed off a dog in Downton Abbey this year. Tone, do you watch it?
No.
No, I've never seen one. You know the other ISIS that's pretty big in the news at the minute, Islamic State, the terrorist group.
What is it though? What is ISIS the name of the?
ISIS is the name of this terrorist group, but it was also the name of the dog in Downton Abbey.
Right.
And the dog's been in Downton since the beginning, and
Okay,
ISIS has sort of popped up this year.
Right.
So because
And then this year there was an episode where the Downton dog got sick and died. And I didn't see this, but like it was on. There's a Gogglebox. They covered it,
Yeah.
because it's like, honestly, it looked like I don't know if it was accurate representation. They maybe just edited all the other bits out, but it looked like every single second of this drama was taken up with the dog, and like every character's reaction to like, oh, I didn't realise how much I loved the dog until now.
Because the whole thing, I've never seen it, right? And apparently I should watch it. Apparently it's brilliant, but I guess they cover a lot of the themes of class and the separation of, the servants from the masters, and obviously people have their own personal dramas. But there's a lot more scope, and I think Ken's right. They can't have run out of stories yet for them to make the whole episode about the dog. But yeah, dog went to bed with them and all sorts, and then died, obviously peacefully. Couldn't just run it over or anything like that. Had to be a huge thing. Just like shot by accident on a hunt. Well trained dog though. Did look dead.
Alright.
Do you watch Benefit Street this year, Tone?
Everything's about the telly.
It is, yeah.
Everything about the telly or anything that's actually happened in the real world.
Yeah.
Saw it on
It's
on a
all,
light entertainment show.
It's all covered. It's all covered here.
Is it?
Benefit Street.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, gave rise to the
Oh
now famous
no, I saw a
White
bit
D,
of it. Yeah, I saw a bit.
who
of
then
it.
went into Celebrity Big Brother, also on the telly.
Yeah, I did see a bit of it. Wow. Yeah, that was interesting.
No, well, was it?
So why have you put that in there then? Is that one of the highlights?
It was one of the highlights, mate, for definite.
It was on the telly, so
it was
To be
on.
fair, it was, yeah.
It was on the telly, which is where I get my information from. You're surprised that it's not on now.
All highlights were televised.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the only time it's not on is when we're recording, isn't it?
That is right. And when I'm asleep, and it normally stays on a bit.
Yeah,
Then.
I was going to say there even have been times when you tried recording this with it on, but we end up getting distracted. I mean, I certainly do.
Yeah, bloody MasterChef the Professionals. God, which I didn't see the end of.
It's not a great loss, mate.
To watch that back on the iPlayer.
Too many
God, it's
good
amazing having
computers.
computers. The jump, of course, was televised.
Oh, fuck off.
Sorry, only mention it because it's re-advertised.
There's another one I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, that's that bullshit that was on before, isn't it? That crap ski jump thing. But then that diving one got a second series, didn't it?
Oh, with Tom Daley, Splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. And it's nothing to do with seeing, sort of people in bikinis getting wet.
It's just the desperation of it. It's
yeah,
terrible,
I know. It's
man.
a huge build-up to the dive, and it's just they're always shit because they've got a professional diver on who does a wicked dive, and then they got like a fat
The same.
celebrity
the
who just
same
like
with
just
this-
belly flops in the water, and they get a fucking round of applause and a 6. Joe Brand is one of the judges on Splash.
Yeah, but you know that she just was just pissing herself when they asked her. And
Yeah,
it's
of
like,
course.
fuck it, I'll do it. Of course I will.
Yeah, it's still a paycheck. Why the hell not? But yeah.
And yeah, the jump. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Load of fucking bullshit.
Oh, the most retweeted photograph happened this year, of course, at the Oscars.
Yes.
So not on telly, although it was covered on telly.
What was
On
that
the news.
again?
It was at the Oscars. That was with Ellen DeGeneres, I think, started it off, and then there was just a huge host of celebs in it.
Do you want to take a selfie with as many celebrity people there at the Oscars as possible? And yeah, a lot of them crowded in, and yeah, it became the most retweeted image ever.
Wow.
What you don't see in it, or rather who you don't see in it, is Liza Minnelli, and I think the second or third most retweeted photo is a photograph from the back, and it's little Liza Minnelli trying to get into this selfie, but she's too small.
Oh.
Did you do the ice bucket challenge this year, Tone?
I was supposed to. I never did it in the end.
Oh.
No, I wish I had done it. I didn't do it.
Best ones are the ones that fail,
Yeah.
where people either slip over and hurt themselves. There was an absolutely amazing one that I saw that I'll chuck a link up to. It's like a 3 or a 4-year-old girl from Birmingham, and
Oh, I think no. Yeah, go on, carry on.
she does it. She nominates somebody or a couple of people, and then her dad, I think, pours a bowl of icy water over her head, and she goes, gets on the chair and turns and goes, fucking hell.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw
Best
that.
bit of the
Bloody
best bit of the
hell.
ice
She
bucket
sounds like
challenge.
an adult. She says it just like an adult.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it was.
What was the first time do you remember swearing in front of your parents for the first time, or
Yeah, I think oh yeah, I remember it.
were you tanned for it?
The first word my parents ever heard me say out loud, which I'd
Whatever.
which I picked up from my cousin, was bastard. Yeah.
Your first word was bastard.
Yeah. And my mum was like, "What did you say? My God, Joe, did you just hear what he said?" I was like, "What? Because I didn't even know what I was saying. I didn't know it was like that bad. And she was
Well,
like,
it's not your first word.
"Where did you hear that?" I was like, "Liam said it." And she was like, "Come here right now." And
Oh,
she
right.
grabbed my lips. She grabbed my lips and she
When I
twisted
said
them.
whatever, and you went, yeah, I thought you meant like your first, the first word you ever said.
Like
No,
before Mummy
first
and Daddy
swear word
and
ever.
stuff.
No, that's why I was thinking you kept this quiet.
Me around,
What
she
did
chased
you
me
say?
around. She smacked me on the legs a couple of times with a wooden spoon, then grabbed my lips and twisted them.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So that I would never say it again.
But well, that's
But then
fair.
Yeah, I know. Let's hope she doesn't listen to this one. Because,
But then I remember I
Oh,
called her.
for more than that reason.
But then I remember I called her a bitch like once after that, and so I didn't learn my lesson obviously. And my dad. No, it was a different time. That was bad when I called my mum a bitch. She did the whole lip thing again, with twisting my lips and stuff. That was pretty bad. But I remember one time I said something quite. Me and my brother used to say like random stuff, like just come out with really random things. And at the time I said
that doesn't
something
surprise me.
I
mate.
said something really rude about my cousin, one of my female cousins. Well, I was quite young at the time. She was young. It was so bad, and I was just saying it just to be like just to be shocking, you know, just to be like, you know, shockingly like, you know,
Success.
gross, and it worked. Jumping on the set, having a good time, going, stick it in, so right? And then my dad, my mum was like, my mum went again. My mum was the instigator of my dad, like, you know, getting up and getting angry. My mum was like, Joe, did you hear what he just said? And my dad was like, she was like, aren't you, because he wasn't doing anything at first. My mum was like, Joe, do you know what he said? Aren't you gonna do anything about it? And my dad just all of a sudden was like, right. You, get in now, and I legged it, and he chased me, and he pinned me down. I ran all the way to my parents' bedroom. He pinned me down on the bed, like put his like knees on my arms so I couldn't fight him off, and spat in my mouth. My dad spat in my mouth, and I never swore in front of him like that again for ages. But I swear in front of him now. But yeah,
That's really weird, Tom.
He was kind about it afterwards though, when you telling me
crazy,
he was really, really upset.
Yeah,
Afterwards.
he got upset. I've told you before.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and my mum said to me like a couple of years later that it really affected him, that he was really upset about the fact that he did it. It felt like he'd overreacted and stuff. But
It's your mum's fault by the sounds of things, mate.
But yeah, my
Yeah, your mum's like, you think he should have fucking killed you until.
Yeah, my mum pushed him and pushed him, but I don't know. It was obviously one of those things where he thought, well, I better do something about it this time, and I better make sure that he gets the message. But he just went a bit too far, I think, and he didn't think.
I don't know, man. I think it's probably weird enough to put you off though.
I wouldn't have sworn again if my dad had done that. But then again,
No, you'd be too weirded out.
I just probably hide. First time I said fuck, I remember, and it was probably the first swear that my mum heard me say. It was I was ill as a kid and I shat myself. Like going up the stairs, just didn't make it to the toilet, and just went fuck. Like that. My mum remember she was like in her room, she just dropped whatever she was doing. She went not knowing what to do because I was like I'm not like explain what had happened, not making the matter any better by going I've shat myself.
Yeah. I knew it was going to
didn't know what to do. Don't know whether to clean you or beat you, and I was cleaned and then beaten. So that was how it went.
We didn't cover me learning the World Cup song, which was important.
That was important. It opens one of these. Shows.
It does, yeah. I don't know what number, but
Brazil.
Does it? Ken, you get really into it, don't you, singing? Like you're not too bad. Like
thanks,
you've got a
Tom.
bit of a voice.
When
You're wasted. What are you doing?
I don't know, man. I've asked myself that a lot when I'm
singing
saying
a song at the end of each.
well, that's the only way. That's the way we can avoid copyright infringement. Is for you just to sing songs of your own creation, mate.
Is that a Scott thing? Are they supposed to be quite good singers?
Oh yeah, definitely. Good poets, good singers.
That's why you're good on the bagpipes, isn't it? Because you need good lungs for that.
Can you play the bagpipes, Ken?
yeah.
like every child is taught.
I mean,
at
I
school.
haven't. I'm a bit rusty. I haven't. Yeah, that's the thing. Down here they teach you Welsh,
Yeah.
and up in Scotland you get. Can you imagine what the school bagpipes look like? Look, crappy ones that they've had for 50 years. The dusty old shitty bagpipes.
It was like every child at some point as well in Wales, I think, played the recorder. I think it was just like the cheapest instrument ever, and it's sort of they sound fucking horrible.
Recorders.
It was. I think it was designed to make us want to pursue music.
With the recorder.
Some sort of musical.
Yeah, they were cheap, weren't they? They were just
Yeah,
plastic.
exactly. You make the plastic fucking horrible stuff. You got the posh ones, of course, but for people who are quite into it.
Clarinet.
The
The bigger ones.
Yeah, it's essentially a posh recorder. Yeah, a saxophone.
Yeah, no, actually, talk about bagpipes. Do you know my great granddad, who was Italian, actually made his own bagpipe.
What?
Really?
Yeah, he made it out of goat skin or something, and
That's awesome.
and bones.
Do you have a picture of it?
Probably somewhere. Yeah, your picture.
Oh, that is impressive, Ken. Oh, well done. You've kept these quiet.
Where did you? Have you had that bagpipe in your pocket the whole time? It's incredible. Look how.
It's almost like there's a tinny quality to it, like it's coming out of a speaker, but I think that's amazing.
Brilliant.
Well done. Just fade that out. Good job. Right, you're right, out of breath, I imagine.
I'm alright now.
Oh, right, good.
Yeah,
He's got a cat and stuff,
Nah,
and he's
cuddling
fine.
that was the cat, mate. Were you saying about your granddad? Sorry, I was.
Yeah, well,
I
he
was
just
playing
made
the
it.
bagpipes,
He
mate.
just made the bagpipe out of goat skin, like, and he used to play in pubs. He was apparently used to play
In
like,
Italy,
a
this
good
is.
range of instruments.
Yeah.
He used to
Cool.
play in like local like bars and stuff in the square, and all. He used to play accordion. He
Do
used to
people
play
like the
violin,
bagpipes in
he used to
Italy
play
then?
guitar.
Do people like the bagpipes in
I
Italy?
don't know. They must. It must be. They must use it in some folk songs or something. They must have it in some of their like folk music.
There's bound to be versions of the bagpipes. We all think bagpipes are Scottish, but there's bound to be versions across the world, you know?
Yeah, it probably sounded nothing like a Scottish bagpipe. Probably
Yeah, it's
sounded
probably
more like
really
a
cool,
saxophone. You know.
Really Italian sounding instrument.
Yeah.
Beautiful, romantic.
Imagine
sound.
how awesome that must sound.
Nice.
Yeah, well, you never know. Might have sounded like a right bag of shit.
Yeah, you're right. You said your granddad did play
did
a lot
say
of instruments.
bagpipes.
You didn't say he played them well. You said he turned up and played in like folk bands. Oh fuck, he's here again. Quite the death list this year in terms of nice people.
Right.
And I've seen them on the telly. H.R. Geiger, The Ultimate Warrior, Felix Dennis, Robin Williams, Laura McCall, Joan Rivers, Tommy Ramone, the last Ramone. Shame. Harold Ramis, Philip Seymour Hoffman, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Ralph Baer, we covered in this podcast, who invented, basically the home computer entertainment system. Richard Keel, Jaws, from the Bond movies.
Yep.
Shirley Temple, Richard Attenborough, Rick Mayall, of course, Roger Lloyd Pack, P.D. James, Clarissa Dixon Wright, the other fat lady, Bob Crow. Forgot about Bob Crow until I did some research. The Union leader, Tony Benn, Patsy Byrne, who's in Blackadder, Big Nursey in Blackadder.
Yeah, brilliant.
Billy Whitelaw covered her. Bob Hoskins, Warren Clark, Linda Bellingham, and our first hero of the week as well, Stephen Sutton.
Yeah.
He's the lad who raised like millions of pounds for cancer. He was diagnosed with cancer. He was a medical student. But he got like loads of celebrity endorsements. He got to meet a lot of people and spent the last parts of his life making sure that others can enjoy theirs.
Do you think he's made history a bit there?
Steve Sutton.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
that's pretty awesome. Like thing to do to make history, sort of thing.
I'll always remember his name. Yeah.
What do you think you have to do to make history? Like, what do you think you can get away with? Something that just that doesn't take a lot of doing, but you'll make history by doing it. People remember.
What's the least effort you
that,
can put
at
in to
least-
be remembered?
Yeah, no, but I mean, what can you? Yeah, but I mean, how do you get the whole world to talk about you?
So least effort. What's the least effort you can put in to be remembered? Email us, thelast7podcast@gmail.com, or follow us on Twitter @thelast7. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like necessarily mean the least effort. I mean, like, what would you do? What would you do to make history? Something that is plausible, possible for you to do that you think would make history.
I wish this was a question of tone.
When you say make history, do you mean like
Be remembered and stuff, yeah?
and get some exposure in the
Yeah,
media
get a
and
lot of
things?
exposure, the whole world talking
sorry.
about it, all over the world news and that, and then it just ends up being remembered. Like they're still talking about like 40 years like in the future. They're still talking about it. Like what? But this guy that did this. thing.
Run around the world.
I don't.
Yeah, but that's not plausible for you.
He can run 100 meters in what is it?
Well under 20 seconds.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but do you reckon?
Never
do you
happened. I
reckon
can't
you
prove this.
Do you reckon you could? I don't know, like.
That's not possible.
Do you reckon you could like
Cheeky cunt.
do you reckon you could make history by just like I don't know, like streaking in a really like?
No, of
bad
course not.
place
Who would
that
give
you
a
should-
shit about that?
Name the most famous streaker.
Oh, isn't it the one that did it during the? Isn't there someone that did it during like one of the World Cups? Then he ran across.
Loads
the
of people.
Loads of people have done it, man. There's been loads on. No, it's that the difficult bit is that you want it to be remembered and talked about because you say like run around the wall. People have done stuff like that, and
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
don't necessarily know who they are. We could do something with this
I
building.
think
could
we
paint
should all
it a
go
weird
away.
colour.
I think we should all go away and think of one for next week. We should all think hard.
Or
long
come
and
back
hard
with a proposal.
about what we can do. Yeah.
Proposal of how 2015 is going to go down in history because of the actions we're going to take. Excellent. Any nominations for Hero or Cunt of the Year before we crack on?
Cunt of the year.
Yeah, Cunt of the Year. Yeah.
Oh. We've had some right cunts, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been proper. I'm gonna go for a political figure. I'm gonna go for Kim Jong Un, especially because of recent actions.
I'm gonna go for someone that seeing as we're going for the cunt of the year, I'm gonna go for someone that I think has actually popped up a couple of times over the year,
Okay.
and that's Justin Bieber.
Oh, nice.
Because he's popped up a few times, probably more than anyone else. So
Yeah, that was this year that he was smiling in his mugshot after
Yeah.
he was caught drunk driving and drag racing.
He can be the cunt of the year for that reason, I think.
It's always a popular choice, Justin Bieber.
Yeah, there's been a few like those kind of tabloid fodder types, haven't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's been a few of those. Like that woman was made the papers, didn't she? What's her name? Josie Cunningham, is that?
Oh,
it?
Jesus Christ! Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot.
Oh, there's another guy as well. He was one of our earlier cunts of the week, and I still haven't seen anybody more vain than the chap that we covered on this, who spent like 50 grand on surgery to look like the perfect man, and he looked like 40, and he was 23 years old. Cunt
I
of the year.
forgot about him. I can still see the picture.
Yeah. Same in his blue suit, like that. Fucking wanker. Unbelievable. That was the first one actually, because there was a picture that came up in the video. Can't remember his name, and for good reason. There's a few there, so we'll all nominate one person. We'll just, if you think of anybody that's done something particularly cuntish, bring it up in the next 10 minutes before we finish up. Best film this year?
Does it have to be the best film released this year that he has seen? Or
No,
just
best
the best
film-
film he has seen
Best film
this
you've
year?
seen this year, yeah.
So it could be a really old film.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, best film I've seen this year. Genuinely, I think the one that had a bit of an effect on me was is it called £4 or £5?
I don't know.
I don't know. What is it?
With Will Smith.
Is there like a sort of
There's
like,
an effect on you.
there's a
What
pay
is it?
forward element to it? Is that right? Has he got like he has like chances to help sort of
Yeah,
five
he
people?
basically he gets in an accident where he ends up killing a couple of people.
Right.
Like he's driving along and he looks at his phone, and because he's fucking obsessed with work, he looks at his phone. He ends up crashing his car, killing his wife, and then killing a load of people in a minibus. To make up for it, he wants to do something good for like however many people he killed.
Right.
And
Bit self-righteous.
yeah, but it's and then he kills himself. Yeah, right. He doesn't kill himself. He gives away. He gives his life to save someone else's.
£7.
£7. That's
£7.
one. 4, 5. £7. Yeah,
Okay.
£7. That was a good one. Or maybe I'd go with the Hobbit, the first Hobbit movie.
Oh right, of course.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
That's-
Of course you would. You love it.
Yeah.
The Lego movie for me.
I've never seen this £7.
So there's some nominations for Cunt of the Year as his children, Will Smith's kids. God, they don't have to talk some shit. Jaden Smith, he turned up, I think it was Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's wedding
Yeah.
in a
I saw
white
pictures
Batman
of this.
suit.
Who knew you could get such
Black
a thing?
tie event, and he just does a little shit. And I can say I think he's like 15 or something now. Right? I think it's enough. If you're old enough to go on and talk about how you want to be like the maddest person in the world, like really crazy, and talk about how brilliant your sister's novels are when she's like 10 or fucking 13 or whatever, then yeah, you're old enough to be called an absolute cunt. Probably cunt of the year as well.
What's the best book you
Of the
read?
year, flipping hell.
I polished off that Drugs 2.0. Finally, it's good. It's kind of informative more than anything.
Yeah, that's alright.
I've got really into comic books this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, 0.
I started reading a book which I didn't finish,
What was that?
which was the one about the 90-year-old man that stepped out of a.
Oh right,
window
yeah.
and disappeared.
Yeah. Okay.
I started reading that.
Swedish
That's amazing. I've still got the
author,
bookmark in it, ready to finish, but I just never got.
Will you have to start again?
Yeah.
Well, you can. You're the best read amongst us.
Yeah. This year I finally read the Wind Up Bird Chronicle.
Oh yes, of course.
I read a few Haruki Murakami novels this year, but that was easily the best one.
Excellent.
It's fucking brilliant, and I couldn't recommend it highly enough.
I miss reading books. That's actually one of my. That's gonna be one of
Back
my
to
New Year's
it.
resolutions, man.
Ooh,
To
we'll
just,
get onto
I'm
that
gonna
soon.
try and get through loads of the books I've got on my bookshelf that need to.
Start with your history of Italy, man. I want to know
Yeah,
stuff
yeah, I
about your
will.
home country.
Oh, I will. That was one of the ones I was looking at, going for first.
Christmas. How was it?
Yeah, it was good.
Christmas.
Really
Yeah.
nice.
Any presents up to or not up to scratch rather? Any Lego watches in there or?
Yeah, no, I did receive a really quite disappointing present. Actually.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was. I was quite surprised that anyone would even pick it up and wrap it up for Christmas, give to someone as a gift.
Like a cup and a saucer or,
No, it was,
or a DVD of those bedroom movies.
Well, I'm sure it would have been useful for someone, somebody somewhere. But I just got a packet of handkerchiefs off Lauren's nan. Just plain white ones in a little black box. That wasn't all she got me. She got me a couple of other things as well.
Yeah, there's a
But
message
everything
in there,
else
mate.
were things I'm gonna use. But
She's calling you something there, man.
Yeah, wipe your nose and your brow.
who uses
You
a handkerchief
wanker.
now? Handkerchiefs gross me out, like, you know.
Yeah,
when
the thing
people
in.
pull
When
them
you got
out
lovely
now.
tissue and stuff that you can just dispose of.
Yeah, worst thing of the week.
Okay.
Bloody hell. Horrible, mate. The pain. It was a horrible pain. Right? I was in the kitchen, I was cooking, and I wanted to grab a pan down, one of my saucepans down from like one of my top shelves.
Oh, we've been
The
here
shelf.
before. It's been your kitchen, haven't we?
But inside the saucepan was a sieve, which I didn't know was there, a metal sieve with a metal handle. And as I went to grab the saucepan, the sieve slid off it with the handle facing me, and it just went straight into my mouth.
Oh!
The handle, and just knocked me in the teeth, and it hurt so bad. I thought that I chipped a tooth or something. I could taste blood in my mouth instantly because it had pushed my upper lip against my top
right,
teeth.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, just horrible. Bloody a sieve just in the pan. I didn't know, it just slid out and just
Only
nutted me in
you
the
as
face.
well, mate. I wouldn't have.
I was like, oh god, crap! Oh, Lauren was there, and she was like, what happened? What the hell just happened there? And I was like, oh god, for fuck's sake, Try
Yeah.
not to laugh.
Yeah, the sentences that she has to cope with sometimes. Oh, I got hit in the mouth with a sieve. Of course you did. I'll be away to do something else. I'm just gonna pay the bills. All right, you have fun.
Yeah, awful. Next week, hopefully Justin will be joining us.
Definitely.
Are we going to be talking a bit about New Year's resolutions then?
Yeah, definitely.
Really? You're not talking about them now? Like
'Cause-
any New Year's resolutions looking forward
Well,
to the
Any-
next 365?
Yeah. Well, for the next 365 guys, we're gonna start as we mean to go on. We're gonna make history. We've decided that already.
yeah.
And if we follow through with that, like we do with everything else we mentioned on this podcast, then we will do
Yeah.
shite.
Do we have to do it for next week? Because one of the things I'm thinking about now that you've said it, that Justin will grace us with his presence.
Oh no, definitely. He said he promises he'll be here 100%.
Right, okay, so there's a 50-50 chance that we'll see him.
Like always, either turns up or doesn't.
But no, he'll be really good for that, I think. I think he'll come up with a real winner for someone to make history.
I've got a list of things, so I'm just gonna write them all down. And
Is it that list? Is it that bucket list that you get? It's going to resurface.
Yeah, well,
Cycle around the coast of the UK.
No, well,
Awesome.
no. I'm not sure if that'll happen. I don't think that'll ever happen.
Oh.
No, unfortunately. I was looking at that list actually, funny enough, yesterday, and thinking to myself how many of these things can happen next year. Fuck all of them.
Don't want to limit yourself to a year, but also, you know,
Too
it's
much
nice to have a,
travelling.
nice
What
to
the
have a
hell?
deadline.
Where do I think all this time is coming from? where do I think I'm going to have the time to even go out and buy a bike to go and do this?
Never mind, ride it anyway.
Yeah, you can do your brick oven. You could definitely do a brick
No,
oven.
yeah,
this year.
definitely. No, one of my New Year's resolutions is to do the garden, actually, to do the garden for the summer, like. Yeah, my resolutions this year are going to be like tasks that need
Yeah,
to be done.
exactly. It's not so much a resolution as I'm going to give up not doing that work in the garden. So here we go. It's always something that it's always something that people want for themselves as well.
No, I think it's good
You
to
should really
have
try giving up
resolutions.
smoking.
I
Really try.
I think it's good to have resolutions and targets because I found that it works for me this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to have. Like at the beginning of the year, I did think to myself, right, this is going to happen, and then it did. So I think it's quite good. It gives you a more of a push to get it done because you've said to yourself, I'm going to get it done.
So garden work, Ken. Any resolutions?
Well, it's funny when you said about reading more books of yours because that's mine definitely.
You can't read any more. That's
No, but I haven't been. No, there's
you
a
read
lot.
so much. It's so impressive.
No, I don't read enough though. I don't feel. I need to read I need to get it to a minimum of one a week.
Do you ever think
A
about
book a week,
At least,
like
yeah.
Chris Finch.
That's not that many.
No, it's not unheard of.
But that's what I mean.
I'll grant you that.
I wanna like increase it so that I want to do that and then step it up.
Yeah.
So be 52 this year and then step it up, not necessarily to 2 a week,
So-
but you know what I mean, in the years to come, so that yeah.
So you thinking about stepping it up by reading books that you're not interested in reading at all, but you're going to read them just so
No,
you can read
just
them?
no. Because
That's so great. Oh, it's shit. We'll go for this one as well.
I don't
Kill some
know.
more
Like,
time.
I mean,
No,
you gotta think. Right, that book has been written. Someone's taken the time to write that.
Yeah.
They put a price on it. Someone's gonna buy and read it. It's obviously worth a read by someone somewhere. So shall
Yeah.
I give it a go myself?
yeah, there's a bit of that, but no, because I buy a lot of books as well. I buy them faster than I can read them, and that's part of it. Is I want to kind of speed up and yeah. And I kind of make myself. That's partly why I'm saying it here, actually, because if this gets left in, there'll be a record of it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll have to do it, or I'll tell you every week what I read the week before.
Oh, that's great. Ken's book item.
Yeah.
That'll be get the podcast more highbrow. Maybe like sort of
Nothing sexier, mate. I tell you.
blackguard of the week instead of cunt of the week, or something of that nature. Ken's book. Ken's 5-minute book. You got to condense your book into a 5-minute speech every week. Because that will give you an extra task. Not only have you got to read the book, you've got to ingest it, and you've got to
Prove that I've read it.
prove that you've read it. Yeah, exactly.
So
You set them questions. Yeah.
Do you read quite fast? You quite a fast reader?
No, not as fast as I'd like to be.
Well, that'll
Because
improve
I'm
your practice.
thinking to get through like the majority of my books that I've got in a year, how often I would have to read per week.
Okay.
Every day.
I'm wondering whether part of my New Year's sort of like mission should be to read, but spend like an hour of reading every other day or something of the week.
Cool.
Maybe.
It's quite cool when you can set yourself time aside like that because you do like make yourself. It becomes like a little ritual. So it's kind of how I
That's
like to
what I'm
read
thinking,
actually, man.
see.
Is like set aside the time and make coffee or do something else. Maybe have a little snack. Basically eat with a book near me.
That's what I'm thinking. If I can do
Maybe
that,
open it.
With the telly on.
it might
Put my
help.
feet on the book.
Mm.
That's my day. That's as intellectual as it gets.
No, it's not. You've started listening to the radio a lot.
I fucking
this
love
year.
Radio 4.
Yeah.
Bloody love
Oh,
Radio
I
4.
like
wasn't
listening
doing
to
that in
the radio. I haven't
2013.
had a radio for a while though, so me and Lauren are looking to get one of those like old looking ones. You know, like the Roberts ones.
You get radio on your TV, mate.
No, I know, but we just
Or on
we
your
like
phone.
we like having the radio in the kitchen
No, that's where radio belongs.
for when I'm
You want
cooking.
a ye oldie.
Huh?
You want an oldie.
You got a
oldie.
wireless.
Yeah, I want a oldie looking one, but digital. But it's digital, but they made it to look old.
What I said I'd listen to some of the older podcasts, like just bits and pieces, and sometimes I'd switch one on and just like jump right into the middle of it just to hear a bit, and then you know. So it wasn't like I haven't spent hours and hours listening to us talking. That would have been ridiculous.
Sad.
But I did listen to
Not
sad
sad,
basically. But I did listen to a bit of the one when you were talking about being sick of your mobile phone and using that to tell the time and like this
that's
fucking
right.
watch. And it just reminded me of there where you're like a radio. Yeah, you get radio on the TV, mate, or on your phone. And I thought you probably get a watch with it on.
Yeah,
but
just
I know
like-
you're not interested in that, are you?
Yeah, just
You want
me
it
saying
ye
all my
olde
inventions.
fucking analog signal
Loving the white noise and the shipping
with a
forecast.
dial on the front.
I noticed my cousin had a bloody new watch for Christmas the other day, and it was a freaking like little computer screen, like proper computer on his freaking watch,
Really?
like a little laptop. Yeah, like touch screen, like freaking flicking through, like browsing Fucking crazy.
He's tied his phone to his wrist.
I didn't know that they'd invented that.
No, me neither. But
Smartwatch.
yeah.
Fuck's sake. Well, on that futuristic note, and now that we've covered New Year's resolutions, etc., I'm going to wish all of our listeners a happy New Year. Thanks so much for listening all throughout 2014. Well, I say all throughout, for the last 6 months that we've been doing these podcasts. Much appreciated. Continue to share, like, and send us a question of tone, hero of the week, cunt of the week. You can win t-shirts, you can win mugs subject to availability. Follow us on Twitter at The Last7 or email us thelast7podcast@gmail.com. Kenneth?
I think we get a good range of merchandise.
Yeah, I think we should.
I think if Tone consents to us using some of his imagery, we got Richard the cat.
Yeah.
You know, I think we could.
Chili chutney with my name on the jar.
Oh yeah, we'll give away some
and
actual
face.
chili chutney. That would be amazing if you can make chili chutney to give away as prizes, as gifts for those who contribute. Like so many already bloody do. That would be so cool. Tone's chili chutney. And on that note, I'd like to thank my co-participants for this year, Antonio Romola.
Thank you, everybody.
And Kenneth Trainer, the
Thank
stalwart,
you.
the one, the only.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
No
I
worries.
say thank you to everyone else, I guess.
Yeah.
To Justin, begrudgingly.
Yeah, Justin not being here, Bongo Pete, and Gaz as well.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to have back in the new year. It's just not something I ever remember to do, is give them a call. We'll definitely have you back because you have made this podcast what it is. And that is faithfully listened to by up to 70 people per week. You fucking legends, so you are. Yeah. Keep listening. And a happy new year to one and all.
Thank you, everybody.
Great stuff. Great stuff. I like that. I like that actually, talking a little bit about podcasting.